Hello everyone, my name is Nitin. I am a SAP Certified Development Professional. I am taking a course on SAP Hybris. In this course, I am covering all the topics of Hybris starting from the basic to advanced. This is a brief about myself. I work as a senior Hybris developer. This is my email ID nitin.hybris@gmail.com. You can reach out to me over this email ID in case you have any questions or concerns regarding this topic or regarding this course. The topic which I will be covering today is cron jobs in Hybris. So basically, in this topic, in this particular lecture, we will be covering what is a cron job, what is a trigger, what is a cron expression. We will create a cron job which will be using the out of the box item type, the existing one, and we will also create one custom cron job also. Next, we will be testing both the cron jobs. So we'll see what is a cron job. So basically cron job is an item type which provides configuration to a certain code on demand. So cron job is nothing but a functionality which will provide you a facility to run a specific code on a particular time. Next, out of the box cron job provides basic attributes such as code, active, status, log text, start, end time, etc. etc. So it has certain attributes which are needed for a certain cron job. But in case you need to add some more other attributes also, you can extend that particular item type which is provided out of the box. You can create your own item type and that will be implemented by your custom cron job. Next, in case our this is what I said, in case our job needs some additional configuration parameters other than what is provided by the cron job item type, then we should define a new cron job item type into the item.xml by extending the cron job item type. This I will be doing and I'll be explaining it in detail in the next slide. Also, what is a trigger? So trigger is nothing but a way to schedule the cron job. So you have a job which needs to be executed, you have a cron job which will execute it, you have a trigger which will execute your cron job. So trigger will trigger the cron job will execute the job which you have created. So basically, trigger defines the scheduling of a job which helps to decide which job must be executed. Scheduling can be defined by using attributes like seconds, minutes, hours, etc. It can be defined by using cron job expression. So cron job expression is a way how we can configure a trigger. Trigger is linked to the job indirectly, which means that trigger will always be defined by for cron job, and cron job holds the actual job to be executed. So if I explain you in detail, we have a job which needs to be executed by a cron job. So that cron job needs to be triggered by the trigger instead of the job which we have written. So it is quite confusing. So once we move forward into our slides, we will see how we can create a trigger, and at that time this confusion will be cleared. So whenever we define a trigger, we define it for a cron job, not for the job which is going to be executed. So just keep in mind, we will define a trigger for a cron job. That's it. Cron job in turn identify the corresponding job and make sure it is executed. So the job which is holded by the cron job, it will identify that job and it will execute. The only fact is the trigger will trigger the cron job and cron job will execute the job. And by job I mean the code which we have written, that particular specific task which we want to do. So what is a cron job expression? As in the third point we have mentioned, what is it can be defined using cron expression. So cron expression is a string of 6 to 7 fields separated by white space that represents a schedule. So schedule means every minute, every second, every day, every week, like that. Cron expressions are used to configure the instances of a cron trigger. So let's write it over the notepad. So we have a job, it is the work which we want to do. We have a cron job which will execute this job. Okay, for simplicity purpose I will write it as a task. We have a task and cron job will execute this task. Now comes the trigger. Trigger will trigger the cron job which needs to be executed. Cron job trigger now this cron expression. So cron expression will define the scheduling of trigger. So that means every 5 minutes, let's say. So if I read it, I will say every 5 minutes this trigger will be this trigger will trigger this cron job. This cron job will execute this task. This is how we read it from bottom to top. So we have a cron expression which will define when to trigger, when to do the triggering, and this trigger will trigger the cron job, and this cron job will execute the task. All these things we will be creating, and we will match it with our hierarchy. Okay, so we have these fields: seconds, minutes, hours, days of month, months, days of week, years. So these are the these are the formats in which we define the cron expression. So there are several websites on the internet where you can generate your own cron job expression. So I have used this one, freeformatter.com. So you can use any of the one which is already existing on into the internet. Just write cron job expression generator like that, anything, and you can use any one. So this website provides certain examples, like every minute, every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes, like this. So I have used every 2 minutes one here. I just copy it, paste it here, and describe the expression. So once you do the describe the expression, it will tell you at 00 seconds every 5 minutes, starting at minute 00 of every hour. So if I want to trigger my trigger for after every 2 minutes, let's say my cron job is executed at 5:10. So the next execution will be at 5:12. Next one 5:14, 5:16, like that. So after every 2 minutes, my cron job will get executed. I'll keep it here. Once we create the trigger, we will use it. So I hope this thing is clear. What is a cron job, what is a trigger, and what is a cron expression. So cron expression is a certain is a string which is separated by white space, which will hold the seconds, minutes, hours, days of month, and it will define the schedule of a particular trigger. So till now everything is clear regarding the cron job. So now how we create a cron job. So if you are, so we have two things. We can use existing cron job item type. Item type I mean the cron job item type which is provided out of the box, or you can create custom item. So difference is this will have only the out of the box attributes. This will have your custom attributes also along with the out of the box. So if this is having, let's say, 10 attributes and you want a new 11th attribute also, so you will create one custom item type as a cron job instance, and you can add that attribute here. So this is the one which we implement now, and later we will be coming to the custom one. So to implement a cron job which will use the out of the box item type only, what we need to do is we need to create a Java class first. So let's go to our ID, and in case you want to see what are the other item types, what are the other attributes provided by the cron job item type, you can go to processing items.xml file. You can find this particular item type cron job, and you can see these are the numerous attributes which are provided by out of the box cron job item type. Okay, so to create your cron job, what you need to do is you need to create a Java class first. So what I am trying to do with my first cron job is I will print the product code and product name of all the products starting by number 1. So all the product codes which are whose number is starting with 1, it will print those product and their attributes. Let's say your product is 1, 2, something like this, and the name is laptop. Let's say Dell laptop. So it will print like this: your product code and your name of that particular product. If you have another product whose number will start with 3, 4, something like this, and it's let's say Apple laptop, so it will not print this one. Why it will not print this one? Because it's starting with 2 instead of 1. So this is my custom use case. For simplicity purpose, I have kept this simple use case because the point here is to understand how cron jobs works. So it doesn't matter what logic you write into that cron job. It is your project requirement. It is your own use case. But for now, we are understanding how a cron job works, not what it do. Okay, so we need to create one Java class. I have created one product list job performable Java class. So this is my Java class. I have created it into the training core extension under the src folder. You will find one jobs folder already being created out of the box. If it is not existing there, you can create it also. We will create one package, create one class, product list job performable .java class. It will extend abstract job performable. So this class you need to extend in any case, whether it is your custom cron job, whether it is your out of the box cron job, whatever you create, just extend this particular abstract job performable class. It will take the instance of out of the box cron job model only, because we haven't created our own item type. We are using the existing one, so we will just use the existing cron job model here. After that, you need to override the perform method. So perform method is mandatory to override for a cron job, because this is the only method which will execute your business logic. In this perform method, you can write anything which you want, xyz, whatever logic you want your cron job to do, you can write anything here, but you need to return the search result in the form of perform result. So you need to return the cron job result also. So these are the 3 things which you need to do. First one, extend the abstract job performable. Second one, override the perform method, provide the cron job instance here, cron job model, and you need to return the perform result. So perform result will have success and finished. These are the, if it is a success, then it will if it is finished, then it will show the status as finished. If the result is success, it will show success. In case it is aborted, it will show aborted. So these are the status and the result for a cron job. So once this is done, this part you can write anything which you want, your cron job to do. Here I am doing this particular thing. I am printing the product ID and the name of the product, but in your case you can write anything, and I will highly encourage you guys to create your own user case scenario which you want your cron job to do. So for this, what I have done is I have created one DAO interface. This is my interface, product list result DAO, and I have created one method, and I have implemented into the implementation class of it, product list result DAO IMPL. Here I have written one simple query which will search for the product pk's from the product table, where the p dot code is like 1, starting with 1. So it will return my results of the product. It will be in the form of product models, and I will get these results on my product list job performable class. In this class, I will iterate through the search results, and I will be printing the product code and the name of the product. So this is my business use case scenario. You should create your own business use case scenario. So this is the printing part, and this is the iterating part of the search results, and this is fetching the search results. So once I have implemented my logic here, I am done with the Java part. Now I just need to mention my class into the Spring context. So for that, go to training core spring.xml file, create a bean for your class, and give the parent as abstract job performable, which is the parent of this particular class. So this is done. So now you have also, I have used the DAO, so I have given the DAO entry also here. So in case you are implementing my scenario only, so you need to do this part. So once this is done, the coding part is finished. Next part will be the impacts. So we will be creating the impacts for both the cron jobs, the first one and the second one. Uh, the first one and second one at the same time. So I believe the out of the box cron job creation part is clear. So there were three steps: creating one Java class, extending the abstract job performable, and overriding the perform method. Rest you can decide on your own, and just return the results into the perform result, which will take the result and the status of the cron job. So if everything goes well, you should see success as the cron job result and finished as the status. And I will also show where you can see these. Okay, so our our out of the box cron job part is done. Now we will move to the custom one. So in the custom one, only one additional step is there. That is, instead of using the out of the box cron job model type item type, you will use your own item type, which you will create by extending the cron job. So here the use case is we will I will delete the cards created in X hours before X hours. Like if I talk about 5 and if I say all the cards which are created 2 hours before, so that means all the cards created between 3 to 5 3 to 5 yeah, 3 to 5 in X hours. So X is the hours 1 2 3 4, how many hours you want to select. So what I need to do is I need to delete the cards which are formed in the last 5 hours, let's say. So I'll pass the hours as 5. So this is a new attribute. This doesn't exist into the out of the box cron job item type. So that is why I had a need of creating my own custom cron job. I have created one item type, expanded the cron job existing item type, which is the cron job item type, and I have created one attribute because my use case require only one attribute. You can create your use case scenario and you can use your own attributes. So my attribute is hours. So this will take the hours which we need to pass to the cron job, that this much hours we need to delete the data. Okay, so let's proceed with this one. So after this part, you need to run the end clean all. So once you run the end clean all, after that start the server and do the platform update. So for platform update, I show in a video. Go to HSE, go to platform, click on update, uncheck all the options, and select the update running system and click on update. So once the update is done, you go to your IDE and start creating your Java class. So after this, after the system update, all the steps are same for out of the box also and for this also. So create a class. So I have created training card removal job here. So this is my Java class. It's in the same package, training core com hybrid training core job. So I have created one Java class, extended the abstract job performable, and you overridden the perform method and give the results, perform result. Now the difference in this one and the other one is, instead of passing the out of the box cron job model, I am passing my own cron job model which I have created here. So this is my item type, and for that one model class is being generated, this one, training old cart removal job model, that I need to pass here and here in this perform method, so that I am having, so that I can have the access to my new attribute which I have created. Now for this also I have created one DAO, separate DAO. I have created one method into it, find old cards, in which I am passing the hours. So hours is coming from my cron job model. If you see here in my find old card method, I am fetching the hours, and these hours are nothing but it is the attribute which we have created in the new cron job instance. Okay, so once I do the implementation of it, I will fetch these hours and I will write a query, and it's a simple query. We just need to select all the cards which are being created in the last X hours. So I have used this query basically. Yes. Select pk c.pk from cart as c, where c dot creation time is greater than system date minus interval 1 hour. Creation time is greater than last 1 hour. I have used this particular query. Now let's run this query first and see whether there are some cards present into our system or not in the last 1 hour. Okay, no, there are no cards till now. Okay, so this is done. So our also the same thing we need to do for this also. We need to give it into the enter it into the spring.xml file, training spring.xml file. I have created one DAO, so I mentioned it here. Same. So your cron job instances are created in the Java file. Now we need to run these instances, and for that we need to give the configuration and everything via impexes. So next part will come the impexes. So once you are done with these points, just do ent all and everything and start the server. Next is the impacts. So before creating the impacts, I just want to explain you two things. We have two modules here. One is the service layer job. The service layer job is the job which we have created now, the bean id which we have given here. So this is our service layer job. So this particular Java class will act as the service layer job, which is having our business logic. So basically service layer job is having our business logic, contains the job which will have the code, the bean of the job class basically. And we need to create a cron job instance. So now let's match it with our hierarchy. So we have created one task, that is the our service layer job. After that we need to associate it with one cron job. So we will create one cron job instance and associate this particular task with this particular job with our cron job configuration. For that we need to prepare one impex. So this is the impex basically. So for the out of the box one, I have created the service layer job. So this is the table where we will define the service layer job. Service layer job is the table. Give the code of the job. So you can give any name here, but just keep it readable. So I have given it product list service layer job, and the spring id. Spring id of what? Spring id of the job performable class which we have created. This one. Product list job performable. So this is the bean id which you need to define here. So this is the impacts for your service layer job. Once you execute this impacts, it will create one entry for this particular job into the service layer job table. After that, next point is the cron job instance. So for cron job instance, you need to do insert update cron job, give the cron job code, the job which you need to run, and the session language. For example, insert in some places they require the currency also if it is mandatory. So for now it is not. So insert update cron job code will be product list cron job. So if you see the difference, this is service layer job, so I have suffixed it with the service layer job, and if it is a cron job, I have suffixed it with cron job. Product list cron job. In the job we need to mention the service layer job. So if you see here, we need to attach this particular service layer job to our cron job. So I have attached this service layer job into our cron job instance. Session language I have given EL. I need to run this impacts, so I can run it in one go. So I will copy it, go to the HSE and run it. So once you run the impacts, you will go to, so once you run this impacts, you need to search for your cron job which is being created into your back office. Go to back office, open it, in the left side type cron job, search it. So you can search it by name, or if you have created it recently, it will show at the top. So I will search it by name. So mine is product list something like this, product list job cron job. So this is my code which I have given. This is my job, so cron job basically. This is my cron job and it is having this job associated with it. This is the bean id of it, this job performable. here. So if we read it, this is the cron job which will execute this particular job. Okay. So, for this one I am not defining the trigger and the cron expression. For the custom one I will define, or you can define it here also for this one. For now I will be executing it manually. So once I execute it, it should do this part. It should print all the product and the product code and product name starting with 1. Let's run it. So to run you need to go here and click on that, and after that you need to press yes. So if you see here, it's printing all the product and their codes. Here in the console it's printing product code and the name of the product. Here. Product code and the name of the product like this. And if you notice, all the product code are starting with 1. So this is the basic query which I have executed via cron job. So this is done, and now if you can see, your start time and end time will be shown here. So my start time was 5:29:23 seconds, and it is finished at 5:29:25 seconds. This is my start time and end time, and it has other attributes also which you don't need to learn as of now. So we have finished with the out of the box cron job part. So we are done with this particular part. Next we will be creating the service layer job and the cron job for our custom item type which we have created, the custom one, custom cron job. Okay, for that same thing we need to create one service layer job. I created old cart removal service job, service layer job, let's say, and the code we need to you need to give the code, and you need to give the Spring ID of it. So Spring ID will be the bean ID which is mentioned here. Trading cart removal job, this is my bean ID, so that I need to mention here. After that we need to associate this service layer job with our cron job. So instead of using this out of the box cron job, you will give your item type name here, put the code. The code will be something, anything which you want. So I have kept as a trading cart removal cron job, and I have assigned this particular job to it in the job part. Language is EN, and we have created one additional attribute. If you remember, we have created hours as an additional attribute. So here I am using hours as 2. You can use 1 also. So once you run this Impex, you will see your training cron job also here, training cart removal job. So if you read it from here, this is the cron job which will run old cart removal service layer job, service job, and these are the current stand, the last status and the last result of it. Let's open it, and for this let's define a trigger. By trigger I mean let's schedule it for every 2 minutes for now. Before that I just want to check whether I have any cards or not. No, I don't have any cards. Let's create one card for now. So this is my website. On this website I will create one card. So I have one card now. Let's run that query again. Okay, so I have one card in my system. I need to remove this card because this card is being created in the last 1 hour, as we know. So for that, what I need to do is, first of all, when I run the Impex, I need to mention it into this hours part, or I can mention it into the back office also. In the back office, go to admin, search for hours here. So for hours, you can mention 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, whatever you want to mention here. So I am fetching all the cards which are created in the last 1 hour, and I will be removing them. Okay, but I don't want to execute it manually, or let's say let's execute it manually once. Let's see whether our cron job is working or not. So I have this card present here till now, but once I run my cron job manually for now, it should remove that. So once I execute my cron job, it printed something in the back. It printed found 1 cards in the last 1 hours, removing cards, removed 1 card. Okay, so this is nothing but the logs which I have kept here into my job. This found one cart into the last 1 hour, the hours which I have given, and removing the carts, and removed one carts. These are the logs here. Removed one carts, removing carts, found one carts into the last 1 hour. So if I execute the query again, I should not see this cart anymore. Execute search results. See, no search results available in the table. So in the last 1 hour, I did not find any cart. So this was the manual running of the cron job. Let's define the cron job expression. Let's define the trigger basically. So for trigger, what you need to do is trigger, you need to use the trigger table. In that you need to mention what is the cron job for which you want to define the trigger, and you need to mention the cron expression. So if you remember, in the starting of the video, we have created one cron expression for every 2 minutes. Copy it and give it into the double quotes here, paste it. For now there is no trigger for this particular cron job. If you go to time schedule, you will find no trigger here. So we will run this Impex. Go to console, Impex import, run it. So once I run this Impex, it should show the trigger into this particular cron job, the training one. It's executed. Refresh the job and you will see one trigger created here. So this trigger, if you hover it, it will show seconds 0, minutes 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 like this. So it will be executed in every 2 minutes of every hour. So I have mentioned one trigger for it. Let's create one cart and see if it is getting deleted or not. Go to digital camera, add to cart, out, and let's run the query so that we can see whether our cart is there or not. Where is my query? Here. I will run this query and be flexible search, execute. Okay, so I have one cart. So let's wait for 2 minutes and see if this cart gets removed or not. So my last execution time was 5:33. Now it's 5:36. Let's see if our cart got removed or not. If our cron job got executed. Search results. See, our cart is no more here. So that means I did not run it manually. This cron job is triggered by this particular this trigger which we have created. So this cron job got executed by a trigger. If you see the logs here, it should have like this. Found one cart in the last 1 hour and removed this cart. So let's say if I change it to 2 hours, then it will print the 2 hours. So it's a simple thing. So you can mention whatever hours you want here. So till now what we have learned is we have learned how we can create the cron job by using existing cron job model. We have learned how we can create a cron job by creating our own custom item type. Steps which we have followed to run our cron job. Go to back office, search in the left bar for cron jobs and search for the particular cron job and execute it. Okay, so this is how the cron jobs works. So in case you want to learn how we create a custom component, I will be giving the link at the top. You can click on the eye icon and you can learn how we can create a custom component, just like what I have did in my website. So in my website I can see this particular component which is being created with this video component which is being created on the home page. So if you want to learn it, you can go and watch that video also. Okay, so we have done our testing. We have tested our Impex also, which we executed, and we have executed our cron jobs manually by using trigger, by using cron expression, and we have created two Impexes, two cron jobs. First one using out of the box, and second one by creating our own custom cron job. I hope everything is clear to you, and in case you have any other queries or questions, you can reach out to me over this email ID, and just let me know which topics you want to be covered into the next videos into the comments. Thank you and have a nice day.